Hello, it's Fast Charlie, and I've got a challenge lock here. I know it's a challenge lock because I can see in here that there's some work done. At least it looks like it. And here's the key. Key works perfectly. It's a quick set, 5-pinner. And I received this lock from Josh Butler, and he did not know who made it either. So it's all kind of marked up, so I'm just trying to figure it out. Let's see what we can do. If anybody knows who made this, let me know so I can give them credit. I'm very sure it's a challenge lock. It does have some interesting tape on it. Looks like some orange tape or paper and some electrical tape covering the springs. I'll try to leave that alone. I don't know if the spring cover just won't stay on or if there is one even there. There's 4. Gave me a little bit of counter rotation. Let's see. Let's start at 1 again. Okay, 2. I'm checking the back pins. Oh, 1's not quite picked. Three. Come on, 3. Gave a little bit of a click. Using really light tension for a quick set. There, felt like 2 just went into place finally. Really feels like 4 needs to be picked, but it doesn't feel like it's quite ready. I'm going to give it just a little bit of manual counter rotation here. See if that will help. And that did not help. I must have overset something. I'm going to give it more tension this time. There's 3. There's 4. There. I was trying to go light tension, and that did not work. So I went heavy and got it open. The heavy tension gave me a lot better feedback. All right. Yeah, as you can see, there's... Oh, it looks like orange masking tape and then electrical tape. That's what I call it anyway. So if anybody knows where this came from... Ah! Youch! I have never done that before. I have never stabbed myself with this tool until just now. Wow. That was... that was pretty painful. I am going to use a shim. Or try to. There we go. Feels like it doesn't want to go over number 1. Okay. Oh yeah, relief cuts. Looks like. Interesting. Definitely a lot of work here, no question about it, that it is a challenge lock. Everything had to be picked. A spool T-pin in one. I think it went like that. Oh boy, I'm not sure which way it went. Might have to look at the video to check. That's a spool, and it looks like a T-pin. That one doesn't want to come out. Number 3. We'll just take out 5. That's a T-pin, key pin. That is a spool. Really short spool. And a spool. I can see it. Oh man. Get out of there. No threading, but definitely those relief cuts. I'm wondering if there are like nail type spools or deep spools, or what those are for. Huh. That came out like that. No wafer. Steel spring. Oh, that's barely breaking the shear line. That came out like this. We're going to have to take a look at that and see how they sit in the plug. Another steel spring. Okay. Steel spring. I'm wondering if these were put in upside down at one point. I don't know. We'll have to check and see what's going on. Another steel. There's really short steel spring. And number 5 came out just like that. That's a spool with serration and another steel spring. I see no modifications to the Bible. I'm going to take a peek here. And these are how these came out. Some really nice looking pins. Spool. T-pin. And then above it came out like this. I'm wondering if it was supposed to be oriented the other way. Just wondering, I'm not sure. I think this came out like this. And then this came out oriented like this. I'm surprised that the spring didn't get stuck in that like T-pin that was facing up. Spool. This guy here. Another spool. And this spool above it. This might actually be interactive, even though there's that long cut or long standard section, and a T-pin in 5, and this serrated spool. Let's take a peek because I am really curious how interactive these pins would have been. And I don't, like I said, I have no idea who made this. Yeah, that would have picked like a standard. That as well. 3 would have picked like a standard. 2 like a standard. And 1 like a standard. I'm wondering, I'm going to do some testing of this thing and see if it can actually be put together the other way. See what happens if you do that. All right, well, I might be back. I don't know. If not, if I'm not back with this thing going the other way, I will, you will be able to assume that I could not get it to work with them oriented the opposite way. This would be really a bit of a nightmare going that way. These T-pins, three of them would have acted like T-pins going the other way. So, oriented the other way, I should say, more specifically. All right, well, everybody, be good and be well. All right, I did some testing, and number 4 and 5 were the only ones that I could flip over, so that the spools would be more interactive. I'm just going to see what it's like to pick it now. Those spools might tell its secrets. All right. Yeah, it might have made it a little bit easier spinning those over and making them less like standard pins. So, all right. Well, again, if anybody knows who made this, let me know so we can give them credit.